Year 1, 2026, it's hosting Saturn's transit to Aries and also Neptune's initiation of direct motion Aries. This is bringing together our responsibility as visionaries and builders. Visionaries and builders of what should be materialized or initiated into existence from a spiritual conviction or realization through Pisces of the heavenly imagination. We cleared space so that our imagination could reflect from the heart, so that it could reflect that which is of heaven and not of infiltrations of our heaven. And fear, guilt, shame, propaganda, false information, false narratives, magic and sorcery through illusions. As you know, there's plenty of that in the media. We have to clear all of that to be able to reflect off of a clean surface of the heart. When we do that, our Pisces placement in 12th house, it becomes a very clear vision for us to see. And Saturn is able to work with the vision of Neptune that we are conceptualizing in order to give form. The initial steps, acts, and responsibilities, process of the creative forces of Aries to give form to that which is of spiritual essence and meaning and value. In other words, necessities that we have realized in the conviction of the Spirit that must be according to the laws of compassion, righteousness, advocacy, love, security, and fulfillment. This is a meaningful initiation that's at the dawn. Saturn, 2.5-year transit through Aries, it will teach us how to hold the identity with authority and how to also ground our vision in realistic concepts and expressions that can materialize naturally through our creative forces and powers. We're not to look in any direction except your own vision and your heart for what you know you are here to bring into existence and pioneer. I hope that we learn that we cannot expect to find support or agreement or validation in the pathways that we must tread. It is your footsteps that are the first footprints in the pathway where you're going. Therefore, you must have faith in yourself. First house in Aries is not selfish. This is about the 12th house. What you suffered. All of the cycles of undoing, self-sabotage, escapism, guilty conscience, toxic cycles, humiliation, shame, guilt. It brought you to a place where your compassion now has depth. Your suffering was not for aught. Chiron was demonstrating to you what you will teach. The wounded healer. Your teaching from that will heal. And it will heal because of the pain that you suffered. You are transferring spirit through that suffering. You are transferring the meaning of all that was felt in the identity as a lack, as an inadequacy, as pains, disappointments, fears, rejection, abandonment. all of your imperfections around your identity. You have to feel it if you're going to heal. You can't heal if you yourself are not wounded. This is how we reach the depths of compassion, and this is how we have a clarity in who we need to become. Because it's about embodying the advocacy that should be there. Embodying the leadership to security that should be there. Leadership to the care that should be there. This leadership is on behalf of the water tribe. Let's never forget that intention. That you're deciding to embody, to personify, and characterize who was missing that caused so much pain and suffering because the right person was not present to assume leadership. And you became that person. Never forget. Stop waiting on permission to make a decision. Clarify your mission and follow the vision. Cancer is a mother that gives you a blessing. You're protected by your frequency and Chiron's lessons. It's your year number 1 and you're the pioneer. You are the hero that creates against fear. Aries, I am exemplified through my first house. Conceptualize my 12th house. I suffered. 2026, in this year one, we're emphasizing Aries in the first house. Aries in the first house on the platform of your North Node and Sun placement, your natal Sun placement. This year one has you as a pioneer in your destiny. Look to your Chiron. That's the energy, that's the pain, that's the why factor. That's the conviction that drives you forward, motivated by that which you suffered. Look to your South Node. There's much wisdom there. Where you've come from with experiences, where you have insight to always draw back on and extract into the present hour and the future intention. Look to what you learned and what you extracted from the Cancer Mars retrograde just last year. The righteous anger, the soul searching, that which you had to go through and process to find peace with the inner child and re-establishing true foundation and security in your life based on righteousness. And knowing that righteousness simply means to be authentic. When we are authentic, we stand in the image and likeness of Allah. And when that is the case, our intentions are good. Our intuition can be trusted. Our motives come from source. And we are co-creating, therefore, when we think, when we speak, when we move, especially in the soul level, when we trust our convictions. Understand that. We went through the necessary training to already deal with and develop the resilience for the rejection that's ahead, the resistance that's ahead, the crowds that may laugh at you as you fall to perfection, as you fall your way to success, as you fail your way to victory. Don't forget those lessons. We learn that codependency can't get us there. Waiting and holding our breath for somebody to say, yes, I co-sign what you're going to do or what you're going to say. I back you with what you're going to do or what you say. I support you. I'm with you. I will help you. I got your back. You can't always depend on that, expect that, or rely on that. You have to trust the self. Understand that. Trust in the self you going forward. Being a pioneer, there's no instructions. There's no pathway that you're just going to walk through what somebody else did. You are the first one to walk in the direction that your intuition and clairvoyance is telling you that you must go. And it has everything to do with necessity that's causing you to be the agent of invention this time. Necessity. You don't know necessity if you didn't lack. You don't know necessity if you didn't lose. You don't know necessity if you didn't have to go without certain things for the heart, the soul, or even your body. Food, clothing, shelter. The principles of life. Understand that. So, going forward, you can't look to your left, you can't look to your right, wondering how am I going to do this or how am I going to do that. You are going to have to learn to trust yourself. You're going to have to learn to believe in yourself. And you're going to have to learn to know that you are authorized to co-create with this universe. 2026, that's 10. And with that being 10, we have to consider the 0. The 0 lets us know that we are co-creating, and it is not you, a lone ranger, creating. The universe has a portion too. And with that being said, controlled chaos is always going to be with you as you create. Know the difference between what is your portion and what is the portion of Allah. Take your hands off of the portion that belongs to the Heavenly Father. The things that you cannot predict, the things that you cannot control, and that which you have no knowledge of, that which you do not have access to, and that which you cannot change or do anything about. Throw your hands up and put your hands on that which you can do something about. Always contemplating what is the next step with what I'm in position to do. Stay in clarity with yourself. We stay in clarity by keeping our conscience clean. And we keep our conscience clean by not betraying our inner child, by always showing obedience to our intuition. Stop waiting on permission to make a decision. Clarify your mission and follow the vision. Cancer is a mother that gives you a blessing. You're protected by your frequency and Chiron's lessons. It's your year number 1, and you're the pioneer. You are the hero that creates against fear. Aries, I am exemplified through my first house. Conceptualize my 12th house. I suffered. Everything that we're doing is founded upon Cancer, the matriarchal foundation and source. Never forget. That's the mother of Aries. The baby. The newborn. That's the mother. The newborn always looks to the eyes of the mother for confidence. Looks to the eyes of the mother for consent. Looks to the eyes of the mother to know, am I supposed to do this or not? You know how babies do. They venture off and they do their thing. They explore, they test, they try. Why? Because of learning who they are as creators. But even in doing so, they check in and they look at the eyes of the mother before they take action. You must do the same. Same thing with Capricorn. You're looking to the Father for that which you're constructing of infrastructure, knowing that it's not for you, but it's for those who will come after you while you are forming it. Never forget those intentions. The moral compass, the conscience, never ever ever going against your conscience. Stop waiting on permission to make a decision. Clarify your mission and follow the vision. Cancer is a mother that gives you a blessing. You're protected by your frequency and Chiron's lessons. It's your year number 1, and you're the pioneer. You are the hero that creates against fear. Aries, I am exemplified through my first house. Conceptualize my 12th house. I suffered. Aries Chiron goes in direct motion today. And in that direct motion, we're going to see that it's time to make progress in the embrace of our first house status and expression and being. Where we were stuck in the past, feeling inadequate, feeling like I'm chosen, but I don't have what I need to do what I'm called to do. We got past that illusion now. And getting past that illusion, we realize wherever we come up short, the Heavenly Father has the rest for us. We weren't meant to have it all. We were meant to be short of some things, because the whole intention is that you're an agent of source, not source. Understand that. So it's co-creation at will. So the powers, the forces, the attributes, the faculties of your first house, it is for you to express a thought, an aspect, and an image of God with you. Aries is where you are first, is where you initiate. You do not ask permission. Instead, you may have to ask forgiveness, but you want go time when it comes to that. Not aggressive, but always assertive. Looking for a way to say yes and not say no. Looking for a way to go forward and not backstep. Understand. The initiators, the tip of the knife, the sharp blade. And we drive that knife with Libra. We drive that knife with the 7th house. Therefore, your relationships is to mobilize your mission that is personified in your first house. Not to indulge yourself in codependency and emotional attachments that only make you and somebody else toxic. Do we understand that? Stop waiting on permission to make a decision. Clarify your mission and follow the vision. Cancer is a mother that gives you a blessing. You're protected by your frequency and Chiron's lessons. It's your year number 1 and you're the pioneer. You are the hero that creates against fear. Aries, I am exemplified through my first house. Conceptualize my 12th house. I suffered. Whatever your suffering cause you to realize is a necessity, or whatever your suffering causes you to realize should be there while it's not there, nobody else is coming. There's no hero that's going to arrive to fulfill your vision. Nobody's coming to manifest your vision. It's your job. You are the hero. You are the one who is coming. You are the one that you're waiting for. You're the one who's supposed to do it because you see it. If you see it, it's meant for you to do it, not somebody else. Aries is the placement where you are supposed to be initiating the concept of your Pisces placement. Your first house is where you are to embody the concept of your 12th house. We need to clarify these things. Also clarify and know, study, be prepared, set your intentions and your strategy for your personal numerological year. 2026 is a new numerological year for you. What is that vibration? The collective year is 1, but for you personally, there's a specific mission, there's a specific purpose and intent that you are supposed to apply yourself to in this year. You have to show up in the theater of this life doing your portion, your role, your job, and you should not be missing an action. Wake the fuck up. Stop waiting on permission to make a decision. Clarify your mission and follow the vision. Cancer is a mother that gives you a blessing. You're protected by your frequency and Chiron's lessons. It's your year number 1 and you're the pioneer. You are the hero that creates against fear. Aries, I am exemplified through my first house. Conceptualize my 12th house. I suffered. Who are you personifying? What are you personifying? What is a personification that goes with your role? Are you clear about what that means? This is the combination of the first house and the Aries placement. And the location of this dominion where you are supposed to stand authorized to deliver to the world is at your natal sun placement. Are you clear about this? Aquarius Pluto, out of bounds. We all have to show up to the 11th house. And you have a water gourd with you. It's full of water. And you got that water between Sagittarius and the climbing of the Capricorn mountain. And you have to deliver it to the village that you saw from the top of that mountain looking down at Aquarius. Get your ass down there and deliver it. Bring it to the people because they need it. In that is your testimony. And your testimony is where you are the witness. The witness is the one who embodied or who received conviction of a truth through the shadow works of Scorpio and the renewal and resurrection through the Firebird manifested in Sagittarius. And you scaled Capricorn with that, realizing that you were supposed to structure it into form that could be shared and delivered to the people. Are we clear about exactly what that is? What your assignment is, what your purpose is, what you're here to do. Look to your 10th house. That's the character, that's the responsibility, that is the role, that is the ambition, that's the mission, that is the mountain that you must climb, because that is what people are to look to you and trust. That is what people are to trust you to be. It is what they are to trust you to show up with. It's the character that they require out of you in this lifetime according to your soul contracts. Do you understand this?